You are under surveillance in what's supposed to be the safety compounds of your own space, but it isn't. All right, yo, you're supposed to be in the safe compounds of your own space. But there are certain things that let you know that somebody is surveilling you from inside that space, and possibly even more people than you would think. Now, the way this thing works is the things you think wouldn't be aimed at you or toward you, they are sometimes actually just that. You think this has nothing to do with you. You think that's just a random occurrence. But Truman thought the same thing before he fully woke up and saw everything for what it was. And the more things happen, you'll begin to wake up and see them for what they are when they're happening around you. When certain things just randomly happen. But there's a pattern behind it. It always happens at a certain time when you're doing something. And see, they have patterns to where they are, they have patterns where they're trying to program you for stress because they want to interrupt you at specific times where they know you're doing something. When you're in the middle of trying to create something, or when you're doing something important. You may be on a phone call. You may be taking care of some important business that you have to attend to at that particular moment. And here they come again out of nowhere, but oddly enough at a time where you're in the middle of something, and now you have to be interrupted in a space where you're not supposed to be interrupted at. So whether they're watching you from across the street, whether they have people in the opposite room listening, because oddly enough, you would think what I'm saying isn't true or a little too out there, but when you leave certain places, people come right around the corner and they meet you, oddly enough, right where you're about to leave the property, or right where you're about to exit a certain area. They're right there in front of you, to the point to where they probably even met you at the exact same point in time you got there, where you have to excuse yourself. How are these things possible? You got people listening out, watching out, and paying too much attention to certain people. Because they don't want you to have, they don't want you to have that safe compound feeling. They don't want you to be in the compounds of your own space and feel safe. Even in the area that's supposed to be yours. This could be next door neighbors with banging. Bang, bang, bang. Constantly doing things to try to put you on alert, put you on edge. They have many ways of doing this, especially in parking lots. I suggest don't even walk through the parking lot. If you can, take the sidewalk. Take areas where you don't have to look out for cars, and you can Just pay attention to where what's happening around you still, and where you're going. But some things are just too good to be true, and it gives whether they are surveilling you in your place, or they want to create a feeling that you're being surveilled inside your place. Either one is just either one serves pretty much the same purpose. They want to create a paranoid feeling when you're supposed to be chilling, when you're supposed to be relaxing, where you're supposed to be peaceful at. They're focused on you to the point to where it becomes their mission to disturb that peace that they know everyone has, that everyone has a right to. And that's the thing. They know what a person is trying to do. Everybody's pretty much trying to do the same thing inside their own space, especially in their own home. People get to their home, they pull up to their driveway, they get out their car, they go inside their house. That's supposed to be a place for where you could definitely kick your shoes off, relax, chill, put on a Druuill video, get you some snacks, eat dinner, get you a protein shake. That's what you do. But that right there, they can tell how good you feel when you're pulling up to your house and you're getting out the car after taking care of some responsibilities, or after a long day of work, and you pull up to your house. Everybody's got that feeling where they're like, You just pulled up to your house, you're like, yeah. Everybody feels good. They're home. They got their home. About to go enjoy themselves. But then you'll have people who want to take that away. They want to disturb that. They won't want you to have that right. And the fact that people will go to certain unseen lengths to attack that's the whole point and purpose of the gang stalking. To strip those rights away from you. What I just described, they don't want you to be able to have that feeling when you have to deal with situations where you have people making you feel like you're being heavily surveilled. They want to take that safe feeling away. That peace that's supposed to overcome each person when they get to their home. They don't want you to have that. So when they're making you feel like you're being surveilled, it's to cause feelings of uncomfortableness, fear, worry. They want you to be worried inside your place, worried about what they're doing, being affected by it, being upset over it, having it ruin your day to the point to where now you're mad inside your place over something and someone that's taking place in the next yard over, or in the next area over, or the next whatever over, cubicle over, room over. Could be at the car wash, next space over. You go to wash your car, they're gonna pull up and wash theirs at the same time. Howdy doody, neighbor. They're gonna be right there. If you have, another thing is people who live near you will sometimes at the same time go to the same places as you. But I've seen some people ignore that so coldly. I've seen some people ignore that so coldly. They acted like the person wasn't even there. So you have to ignore them so coldly to the point where they feel like what they're doing has no effect, and you feel like it has no effect. They feel like they don't exist because you're not reacting to it, and that's the response you want to give. You want to act like this person doesn't even exist. You want to act like what they're doing doesn't even bother you. When people see something is bothering you, they'll continue to do it. It's fun for people who have a small mind. Some people are small-minded, and games like that are fun for them. It stimulates their brain, what they have of it, or what they use of it. So when you have coincidences that you keep experiencing, say you may be trying to sleep, as soon as you go to lay down and get home from work, somebody puts a saw on, somebody's horn goes off, someone starts bang, bang, bang. I'll never forget, I was staying at this one place, and well, you guys, y'all never forget either. It's documented. It's documented on these videos. Yeah, yep, yeah. They definitely made that an issue, but I still worked around it. I found another way to do what I needed to do. So you have to use your mind and switch up your routine and find other times to do what you need to do when people are surveilling you that close. They expect, if they expect you to do certain things at certain times, and they attack what you're trying to do at that particular time, don't get upset and just switch your time around. And if you have to, switch your mind around so you don't get upset. Because one thing they try to do is they'll try to ruin your sleep. They'll watch out for when you're either doing something, or watch out for when you're trying to go to sleep or take a nap or get some rest, and they'll interrupt that time. They feel that you should be up paying attention to them. They feel they have the right to disturb you. Your sense of peace is not important to them, and that's what the whole purpose of this is for them to take that from you, for them to create the opposite, so that way you don't have it. They want to try and take that from you. That's the whole objective of this. Times you're supposed to have to yourself where you're supposed to be able to relax. They want to make it so you're unable to do that. And if they do this over a period of time, you already know what that does. Over a period of time, that will potentially trigger a worse response out of a person. So when you have people that are doing something and then doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it well, you have to watch out for the time where you know you're starting to get irritated. Okay, they've done this enough times. It's starting to irritate me or affect me. Now it's time for me to breathe. It's time for me to meditate. Let me pray real quick. Get my mind off this situation. Especially when you're inside your space of peace and that's what you're supposed to be experiencing. You don't want to give them the power to ruin that. You don't want to program yourself that way, because essentially that's another thing that they're trying to do is reprogram you. All right? Just like they're trying to take that that feeling away from you, they're also trying to reprogram it with rage, anger, worry, fear, doubt. I don't know if I said anger, but that's what they're trying to reprogram you with. So when you hear these sounds and they do these things and they make these noises, that's what anchors are. It's supposed to be an anchor. It's supposed to be something that immediately triggers a negative response out of you because of all that it's attached to. So it takes a person who can be cool about these types of things and stay calm, so that way you don't ruin your health. You don't ruin your health, because your health is very important, and that's what they want to do: stress you out and erode your health. You may be healthier than them. That's another thing that they could be jealous of and targeting you for and wanting to attack you for. The level of peace they see you reach, the level of health they see you have. Peace is healthy. People who are peaceful, they're not stressed. they're feeling good. But then there may be those who are monitoring. Like when they're monitoring your spirit, there's other things there's things that they're monitoring while they're monitoring your spirit. They're monitoring your destiny, but also in order to monitor your destiny, they're seeing how you could be affected to be thrown off of it, taken away from it. He's focused on where he's going. Let's do this. He enjoys that. Let's disturb this. Let's disrupt that. And that's how they go in and try to eliminate the things that you enjoy. They take those things away from you, try to create the opposite, try to program you with the opposite. So that way, when you're in your area, instead of feeling good, now you're feeling how they want you to. When you're angry like that, also, they're able to connect with you psychically and send more negative energy. That's why it drains you out so bad. Not only does it drain you out because you might be stressing yourself out over it physically and mentally, but also when you're angry enough over the person and you're thinking of them, depending on what this person knows, right? They could drain your energy psychically. So it's better to let these things go. That way there's no attachment. If you're over here enjoying yourself, if you're over here feeling good, if you're over here being happy, who knows? This person could be doing something to make you mad because that's the next step, to try to hack your energy field and possibly create a worse situation. Rage is not good. Having other people be able to bring rage out of you is not good. That's something you have to check. That's something you have to check about yourself, because you're not going to be able to do much. You're not going to be able to go anywhere. You're not going to be able to go throughout life the way you want to. You don't want to be that type of person. Angry all the time. That you don't want to be that. Stressed out all the time. Because you can reprogram your mind, and you can create the thoughts that you want, the mindset that you want. You can think the way that you want. Any thoughts that you don't want, you can reject them. You don't have to think those thoughts. You can change the way you feel about things. This is energy transmutation. Instead of taking something the way they want you to, or looking at it the way they want you to, you turn your mind around, you look at it in a different way. When you look at things in a different way than the way it was intended, it can't affect you the way it was intended. Something was made to affect you a certain way, but you don't see it that way. It can't have any effect on you the intended way. It can't bother you. I mean, I know if you watch this channel, you like your peace. You like being unbothered. You don't want any, or you don't want many disturbances. You like what you like. And I know some situations I know some situations you're not going to get totally what you want, like if you were in an ideal situation. But there are certain things that are just uncalled for and unnecessary, and you can tell when people are up to no good. You can tell when somebody is genuinely wanting to help, and you could also tell when somebody's up to no good. You can tell when something is being done not for the reason it's being done for, because the way the person's body language is, the way the person's carrying themselves, their demeanor. You know that this was a setup. These are these people that be acting, trying to outdo you when it comes to being when it comes to being polite or whatever. You don't get mad at this person, and now you're, instead of getting angry, you're being good to them, and now they want to outdo you in being a good person. Okay. Now they want to be the better person now. They want to be better than the person who has to be the better person. That's some wild stuff. They force you to have to take the high road, and now they want to take a higher road than the one you taking, even though they're the one that was trying to make you take the low road in the first place. How about that one? All right, so I'd like to thank you for watching this video. I hope this video made some things clear for you. I hope this video helped you out. I hope this video allows you to look at things differently, and not the way they may be intended, but the way you intend for things to go, not the way others want things to go for you. So keep pushing your own positive thought. Keep programming your own mind, and don't allow negative people doing negative things to program you negatively with negative thoughts. So that way now they start to have you thinking in a way that's not going to help you or serve you. All right, so click the like button, Click the share button. Don't forget to subscribe. If you would like to send a donation to my Cash App or my PayPal, it would be greatly appreciated. And I will see you all in the next video. We out.